Well, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns. The first part of the video that I filmed didn't film. I've been having issues with this camera today. Okay, so, like I was telling you on that first part that didn't film, here is today's coffee. And here it is. And it's ready, so let me taste it. It's very good. Now, I don't have but a few finished items. These items were emergency items that had to be made very quickly. The prayer shawl got a request from one of the psychiatric children's facility, and they wanted us to send over a bunch of teens, young men's 5 to teens hats over because some of the clients were going to be staying over Christmas and they needed some Christmas gifts. And so that was going to be part of the Christmas gift that the motorcycle club was also including. So we got those together. But here's how we got them together. We have plenty of girls to women's scarves and hats, but I noticed there was a lacking for boys and young teens. So there was a group of 3 of us. We got our hooks a-smoking, and we each made several scarves. I made a couple of hats to go with some of the scarves. There were some sort of teenish hats at the prayer shawl facility. So we did send over, I think, a total of 30 items for them hats and scarves. So those went over. And here's a little video of those finished items I did get finished. Okay, I just wanted to show you what my week consisted of working on. Yep, that's right. There are 8 scarves and there are 5 hats. Now I have put the hats with some of the scarves, and these were a last minute thing that was needed for one of our facilities here that treats children from the ages of 5 to 10, and we needed at least, we had plenty of female, but we needed at least 10 to 15 boys, young men's items. So there were a group of 3 of us. We divided up the task, and each of us is putting out at least 5 scarves. There are other hats at the prayer shawl group that we will add to those, but this is what my week consisted of, getting these made. Now, the only thing that I have on my hooks right now is my blanket that I'm doing, as well as the Tunisian blanket. I haven't worked on the Tunisian blanket because we were busy doing those hats. I did start on the hat, my Christmas hat with that jingle yarn by Red Heart. And no, the brown isn't going to stay. I decided I was going to try a double-brimmed hat. And so these are just some provisional cast on, which it's fairly easy to do. It's an easy way to do it. And then once I get the length that I need to fold my hat up, I'll take those stitches off that crochet chain there and put them onto another needle, and then I will knit those together. You know, 3 needle bind off, kind of. You're not really binding off, you're just knitting them together. Front leg and the back leg of one, the front leg of the front, back leg of the second. to combine it together, and then it'll begin knitting the hat the rest of the way. That's it. That's all I have waiting. Now, I was telling you about that fabric yesterday that the lady was telling me about, and I'm going to show you that fabric. Now, this is the fabric, and that's what I saw. I didn't see any red whatsoever. But look, that little dog has a little bow. That is the only red that is in there. That puppy has bows in its hair. So, you know, I did get that fabric. I was looking for horses, didn't find horses. And then I also got this fabric, which counted green, which it is kind of green, you know, to make some bags. Got some Dallas Cowboy, actually cotton fabric, to make my friend her mask. And that is it for that portion. Now I am going to tell you about the stitch, and the stitch will play at the very end of the video so that those who don't want to watch the stitch can move on. The stitch that we are doing today is the half double crochet V-stitch. Now normally when you do this stitch, you would do a half double crochet here, skip one stitch, put in your your V-stitch, and then move on. I did a couple where it, I did a whole row. Actually, I did 3 rows of it with that one stitch being skipped. And what happened is it started bowing outwards. So I ripped that out, and then instead of doing 1 stitch in between, I did a lot that were 2 stitches in between the V-stitches, with one exception. When I got down here to this section, I could not get 2 stitches without a long gap. So I put 1 in 1 stitch and then skipped a stitch and then did that, and it seemed to work okay. Now, the next portion I am not going to videotape. Why? Because I videotaped it 3 times yesterday, and all 3 times it didn't start at the beginning, it's picked up in the middle, and then on one of them the end didn't finish recording, and I thought, nope, I'm not doing it again, and I'll tell you why. Mine is long enough so that when I start adding my border, it's going to be big enough for a lapgan for a wheelchair. So I am ready to start putting the border on, and I am going to do some different stitches in the border so it'll make it wider and still a little bit longer. So basically what I'm going to do is just do a single crochet all around the edges for a base, but I am going to tell you, there are some portions where it is pulled in. Can you see that? It's not really straight, it's pulled in. So when I'm going around there and I start doing my single crochet this way, and I've got those dips, I'm either going to add in some half double crochets there, or an extended half double crochet, and or even a double crochet, so that I can get my edges even on both sides. That is one way to cheat and get your blanket evened up. And let me tell you, people who do not crochet are not even going to notice it. They don't have a clue. They just see the blanket, see the pretty stitches, and think it's gorgeous and think you've done a fantastic job. So this is one of those where I don't mind the boo-boos and that it wasn't even, just because I know that there are some ways to correct it at the very end so it evens itself out. I knew that would happen with some of the stitches that I was using because they are tighter stitches and pull in much more. So I'm going to do probably 4 rows of single crochet around my blanket. And actually that first row may be 20 single crochets, and then a half double, an extended half double, and double crochet to get it even to where it lines up a little bit more. And then 3 more rows of single crochet around. And then we'll add some more stitches on Thursday for the border portion of it that will go around it. So it'll change it up a little bit more with that blanket. And that is it for today, with the exception of what in tarnation. You know, last week there was the koala in the Christmas tree. This week there's a raccoon in the Christmas tree. And there is video. And it is absolutely hilarious. Florida woman finds raccoon in her Christmas tree. A Florida woman captured video of the chaos that ensued inside her home when her dog alerted her to a raccoon climbing her Christmas tree. Aubrey Locobelli said she awoke to the sound of her dog growling about 4:15 a.m. and a brief investigation uncovered the reason for the canine's disquiet. A raccoon had apparently entered the home through the dog door and was climbing the Christmas tree. A video filmed inside Locobelli's home shows the dog knocking the tree over in an attempt to reach the raccoon, sparking a chase through the house. I giggled so much with this video. The raccoon ran away from freedom, jumped on my chandelier, where it swung there for like 30 minutes, she said. The video shows Locobelli using a broom to shove the raccoon free from the chandelier. She said the raccoon ended up fleeing the house through the dog door. But it's a hilarious video. Now, this is something I think every nursing home should build within their building. Seriously. Almost every nursing home, has a visitor's room that they could do this in. Boy Scouts create COVID-19 hug booth for Texas nursing home. Texas Boy Scout troop is helping residents at a nursing home get a little closer to their visitors with a hug booth designed with COVID-19 safety in mind. Artist Clear Lake, an assisted living facility in Webster that is one of several such homes to impose strict safety measures following a surge of COVID-19 cases at nursing homes, is now allowing residents and their loved ones some limited physical contact through the booth created by Boy Scout Troop 848. The booth has a plexiglass window that allows guests to stick their hands through large sanitized gloves for hugging and other physical touches. They built it exactly the way we envisioned it, Becky Hudson, the lifestyle director at the facility, told KTRK-TV. They're great, safe, and come with gloves. The booth is similar to devices installed in other nursing homes across the country amid the pandemic. Kevin Warren, the CEO of Texas Healthcare Association, said contact with loved ones is important to the well-being of seniors in assisted care homes. It is important to all of us. Human contact is important. One of the very first things that doctors do when a baby is born is attempt to lay that skin to skin, the baby on the mother's chest. It's very important. Don't let COVID-19 be a deterrent for figuring out somehow, some way to engage the family member in the facility, Warren said. Coordinate with the facility leadership, make a phone call, find out what their visitation requirements and what they are allowing them to do. And yes, do that. And every year, there are several Secret Santas that do this every year, and God bless them for doing it. Secret Santa pays off $65,000 worth of layaway items at Walmart. The manager of a Walmart store in Tennessee said a secret Santa came into the store and paid nearly $65,000 to cover the cost of all current layaway items. Chris Light, manager of the Walmart in Bristol, confirmed the person came into the store and made a $64,995.51 donation to clear the entire layaway balance. Lloyd Leonard, a customer at the store, said he was initially confused when he received a message saying his layaway purchase had been paid off and were ready for pickup. I got a notification on my email that my layaway had been paid for, Leonard told WJAJL-TV, and I thought, well, that's kind of weird. Leonard talked to a store employee and discovered his bill had been paid by an anonymous person. She said, yeah, somebody came in this morning, 6 o'clock, paid everybody's layaway. But he wants me to tell you that he loves you. God bless you and Merry Christmas. Light praised the anonymous donor in a statement. I'm getting teary-eyed. It's especially touching when customers pay off others' layaways during the holiday season, and serves as another example of the generosity of our customers that show year-round, Light said. We're honored to play a small role in these acts of kindness, and we love seeing the joy it brings to our customers at this time of year. Now, our next story. The video is absolutely astounding. However, I would hope that when those porta potties are put out in public, they're not singing like that when you're in them. Portable toilets sing Christmas carols in festive display. An Indiana portable toilet company shared a festive video of what it calls a world record for the most animated faces on a single holiday light display. And it's cute. Service Sanitation posted a video to Facebook showing 32 portable toilets adorned with animated faces singing the song Hallelujah. The Jingle Johns have officially set a world record for the most animated faces on a single holiday light display, the post reads. Steve Dykstra, director of marketing for the company, clarified the feat was not an official Guinness World Record, but the company considers it to be a world record because they could not find any other videos online to dispute the claim. A Guinness representative said the record-keeping organization does not monitor records involving animated faces in holiday light displays. It should start. This last story, these monoliths have gone wacko. I think so far I have counted a total of 11 worldwide that have shown up. One of them being gold, and I think the one in gold is in England. And it has hieroglyphics on it, or someone said it has coordinates on it. So maybe someone should follow the coordinates. Fourth mystery monolith spotted, this time in Texas. A mysterious monolith was found outside a Texas shopping center just days after similar discoveries in Utah, Romania, and California. And there's more all over the place. Visitors to the substation shopping center in El Paso snapped photos of the silver-colored metal structure spotted next to the road Monday. The monolith's origins are unknown. They are among us. The structure appeared in the wake of similar monoliths that were discovered and subsequently removed in Utah, Romania, and California. It was unclear whether El Paso city officials could have the monolith removed, and it'll probably disappear like the rest of them. But like I said, I've been following this monolith thing because I find it rather interesting, and I'm curious as to what they actually are. Like I said in the past, there was an artist group that claimed responsibility for it, wanting to bring awareness to climate change or some sort of nonsense. And I'm sorry, I don't know how a monolith brings that kind of thing. Today I shared on my Facebook a story of a fiberglass turbine from wind that go into a remote area to be buried under the ground. They can no longer be used. So wind power is not all that clean. So just depends on what you use. All right, guys, I have one more thing for you, and then the video for the stitch will show up. I purchased this year the lifetime membership for Happily Hooked Crochet Magazine. Now, I did not expect anything from it other than the magazines. I paid no attention to the gifts that were included, but this is one of the gifts, and it is a tote in a lovely purple color. There are pockets back here with Velcro, so you can make it one big pocket, whatever. You can add your straps in here. There is a zippered pocket on the top, which has magnets so that you can actually, when you zip it closed, pull back that top so that you have the layer where you can run your threads through, still have access to the inside. And it zips closed all the way around. There are side pockets clear on that. There's a zippered pocket in the front, a little pocket on the inside, and the inside is nice and roomy, but it also comes with these dividers that you can actually put into place. They'll pull them in so that you can create dividers for your yarn. Very nice. I was absolutely thrilled with that. And then, of course, the front pocket of this has a spot where you can put your crochet hooks or tools, whatever, some more tools there. So it was a nice little gift. I don't know that I'll ever use it. And there is a you can carry it by this type handle, but there is also a handle with a pad on it that you can do it over the shoulder. Very nice bag. So I was a little surprised by that, just because I didn't pay attention to that part. So if any of you are considering that lifetime, I would suggest, doing it. It is a good value. I really do enjoy the Happily Hooked Crochet Magazine. It is a digital magazine, and I'll leave a link down below. And I think it runs like $4.97, $4.95 a month. But then they every once in a while offer the lifetime for $197, which gives you access to everything they put out there for the magazines and that kind of stuff, and then future magazines. Even if it were to fold tomorrow, it's a lot of patterns. Now, I don't always do patterns out of the magazine, but a couple of them I have done, and the Happiness Monster was one of them, and that was a great one. It was fun to do. And then, of course, I've done a lot of the shawls and things like that for prayer shawl, which I don't always show you guys because, you know, I pack them up and then they're gone. So that's kind of where that goes. So, you know, it's a great thing to do. I'm not sponsored by Happily Hooked Crochet Magazine. I just like the magazine. So I'm going to leave a link down below for that. And of course, there will be links to all the stories and video. And the stitch for the next portion will be down there too. So I will see you again tomorrow for the regular Vlogmas. Everybody have a great day. And you know what? Let's be kind to one another. If we can't be kind to one another, at least smile the next time you see someone. Even though you have a mask on, your eyes light up when you smile. The next stitch that we are going to do is the half double crochet V-stitch. Now normally with this you would make your chain, and then when you go back into your chain you would go into the fourth stitch from a chain base and put in a V-stitch. No, put in a half double crochet. Then you would skip the next stitch and then put a V-stitch in, which is just using the half double crochet. But with this one, what I found is if I followed the direction of just skipping one stitch, that it began to bow out. So I modified it just a little bit. And for this one, we are going to begin with a half double crochet into the first stitch. Then we are going to skip 2 stitches and do a half double crochet, chain 1, and another half double crochet into that stitch. And that is your half double crochet V-stitch. Once again, we are going to skip 2 stitches, then go into the next and do a half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet into the same stitch. So for the V-stitch half double crochet, it is a half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet in the same stitch. And once again, we are going to skip 2 and go into this last one and put in a half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet. And there is our V-stitch. Now we're going to skip 2, and in the last one we are going to put a half double crochet. Then we are going to chain 1 and turn. Then you are going to put a half double crochet into that half double crochet there. Skip. Actually, then from then on, you're just going to put in all the chain 1 spaces another half double crochet V-stitch. And then a half double crochet into your last stitch. Once again, chain 1, turn. And the left-handed is just the same thing. You're going to do a half double crochet into the first stitch. Oh, I just lost that, didn't I? Okay, let's try it again. Have yarn that's not cooperating. Half double crochet into that first stitch. And then in each of the chain 1 spaces, half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet. And you'll go into the next chain 1 space, half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet. Go into this next one, half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet, and then I'm to my last stitch, so I will put a half double crochet into that last stitch. And then I would chain 1, turn, and repeat. That is what you're going to do for this stitch, this portion of the stitch along. So continue that, and then I will meet up with you for the next stitch. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow.